Argentines know a corner of their country backed up against the Andes with clear rivers and sharp mountain peaks, Bariloche. I fell in love with a hike between four refugios or shelters connected across steep passes. The ranger said it was early in the season with a lot of snow. That would mean trouble on the third and fourth days. Of course, I thought I'd go and see.
Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side.
I met some teachers while walking, Guido, Camila, Antonella, and Cynthia. The moon set early that night. Day 2. Beautiful morning. Didn't get too cold last night. But heading up out of the valley there and just switching back over the first pass of the day. Whole new valley. Wow. Here's where the trail plunges over the side, heads down into that valley. Holy smokes. It was a double hump day and the kind of trail that justified my new GPS subscription as it snaked randomly through scree and gravel. After all that, a gentle walk in the woods, how's that for a little dessert? All right, here's the last pass of the day. Let's see, looks like we're just about to go off the edge of the cliff. The wind just started up. There's no wind on the far side. Oh, there's my refugio. Tomorrow would be a problem that needed a solution. The closer you get to a problem, the more solutions present themselves. At Refugio Yaqub, I let people know that I was interested in going to Laguna Negra, a hike rated as muy alta, very hard, year-round. So I met Hero, an Argentine psychotherapist who had hired a guide for this stretch. The guide was Sebastian, a weathered, steady hand. He described the first challenge, scaling the cliffs to Refugio Peak. Before it got scary steep, I asked Juanchi if he had seen The Lord of the Rings. Yes, we are hobbits, he replied with much glee. Without a guide, we might have turned back. If anyone slipped, it would have been tragic. But we all made it. Some hours later, we stopped for lunch at Christmas Peak. 2 Dutch women joined us for Catherine and Sauna. They'd planned well and got out their stove to make a hot lunch, so we were there when 5 young condors riding the thermals floated right past. Then it was time to go down. At first, the snow was easy. We got to boot, ski, or slide. The snow was wet, but the sun was warm. As the crevice closed in, the snow got scarier, steeper, and narrower. Undercut by the stream, there was no visible difference between a safe bank and a trap door, unless the hiker in front had already gone through. The crevice gave way to alpine forest and meadow. The trail was very notional and frequently just ran along the bottom of the glacier-fed stream. Our feet became numb horse hooves, but the riskier part of the trail was behind us. There's the valley of snow and cascades that we just came down. We've got an hour left of daylight and we've got to get up to there. So
That's what our hour's going to be.
The next morning, Laguna Negra reflected of the surrounding mountains. Katrina and Sone headed back, so it was just us boys. We climbed up through Talus, the youngest rocks of the mountain ridges. The horseflies that messed with us in the meadows had the advantage of numbers, but they had the aerodynamics of B-52 bombers, and that was somewhat satisfying. We got some perspective on what could have gone wrong any time the previous day. Coming down from the ridge walk, Santiago broke through a snowfield. His pole hit a rock and dislocated his middle finger. In many places, the scramble would really need 2 working hands. We sang Argentine songs in the Refugio until they made us shut up to let people sleep. It was the perfect ending to the Cuatro Refugios trail.